if you were not able to attend one of them. A couple of housekeeping points. Please keep your microphones on mute. We will have a Q&A after the session, but you are welcome to leave the questions in the chat. The speakers and participants can answer those live, and then we'll also address them, whatever is remaining in the Q&A, for hopefully a vibrant discussion. Today we have a very packed agenda, so not to take too much time from my side, let me kickstart. We will start with the opening remarks from a group of very special guests that are joining us today. So the opening remarks will be kickstarted by our own Parmesh Shah, Global Lead for Data and Digital Agriculture at the World Bank, followed by a very honorable guest, Honorable Mohammed Abdi Khair, the Minister of Agriculture and Irrigation in the federal government in Somalia. We are truly privileged to have him with us. After that, we'll hear from Abdi Hakim Ainte, Director of Food Systems and Climate in the Office of the Prime Minister. And then we have a special guest from Google Cloud, Siddhar Prasad, who will reflect on the collaboration with Somalia, particularly in the context of our new partnership between the World Bank and Google. I will not spend time on going over the biographies. Sunil will kindly add them, my colleague Sunil will kindly add those to the chat. With that, let me pass on to Parmesh after a quick reminder that our opening remarks should last for about 5 minutes. Thank you so much. Parmesh, over to you.
Thanks a lot, Katrina. So, is it okay?
Yeah, please.
So it's a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining today's webinar, as Katrina highlighted. For this webinar, we are very honored to welcome His Excellency Honorable Mohammed Abdi Khair, Minister of Agriculture and Irrigation, Federal Government of Somalia. It's a great pleasure to have you, Honorable Minister, and we look forward to your opening remarks soon. Today's webinar, the main purpose is to highlight and showcase Somalia's digital vibrancy, connectivity, and innovation ecosystem. We are all very excited to see how Somalia is trying to leapfrog from a conventional economy to a digital economy. And I think today we will discuss how this can be done in sectors of agriculture, livestock, fisheries, logistic, agribusiness. And I think it's a big opportunity for us to engage with the Somalian ecosystem, the policymakers, the government leaders, and also the private sector leaders, which is also a very exciting part. And we are following that. There are about 50 agtech and fintech enterprises in Somalia who are really leading the private sector part of it. So that's very, very encouraging. So we have been engaged with Somalia through our regional food system and resilience program. It's a program led by Ministry of Agriculture, and but it has put some components like developing a digital national farmer pastoralist, digital registry, a digital climate advisory, and livestock identification and traceability tools. So we hope that through this program and subsequent programs, we will be able to engage with the government of Somalia and other stakeholders. I think we have also brought in today our partnership with Google, and we are exploring how our data partnership with Google and innovation partnership could also be leveraged in case of Somalia from the very beginning. So I think I would like all the stakeholders, both internal and external, to really engage and learn from what's happening in Somalia. And then also please ask questions and engage in a discussion so that we can develop a roadmap on how to engage in Somalia with all the stakeholders to build a very robust kind of a architecture for both data innovation and digital technologies. So without further ado, I would hand over back to Katrina.
Thank you very much, Parmesh. And now, with a great honor, let me invite Honorable Mohammed Abdi Khair to make his remarks.
He's the new one. That other minister is not joining.
Oh, sorry, we had a last minute change.
Yeah.
So let me bring in the State Minister of Agriculture and Irrigation, Honorable Asad Abdirizak Mohammed.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear. Go ahead. Can he hear us? Yeah.
Maybe internet from their side.
Wasiir waa lagu maqlaa haddaa qadka ku jirtid. Go ahead. Wasiir. Anaga dhan waa ku maqlnaa. You can go ahead.
I suggest we give maybe a minute to wait to see if we can clear the internet connection, and if not, we can just switch the order of presentations.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you well. Please go
Okay,
ahead.
that's good.
Wonderful, thank you.
Distinguished representatives of the World Bank, esteemed colleagues from government institutions, development partners, members of the private sector, academia, civil society, and our talented youth innovators. It's a great honor to address you today as Somalia continues its journey towards a modern, technology-driven agricultural sector. I would like to express the Minister of Agriculture and Irrigation's deep commitment to advancing digital transformation, fostering innovation, and building systems that empower farmers and communities across all regions of our country. The ministry has taken a significant institutional step by establishing the Department of Agricultural Technology and Innovation, designated to lead and coordinate the digitalization of the Somali's agriculture. This department is tasked with shaping policies, developing technology solutions, expanding digital platforms, enhancing mechanization, promoting climate-smart technologies, and ensuring that innovation becomes a central driver of growth across the sector. This establishment reflects our recognition that agriculture can no longer rely solely on traditional practices. It must embrace digital systems, automation, and data-driven decision-making to meet the needs of a growing population and changing climate. Somalia is uniquely positioned to accelerate digital agriculture due to its strong digital ecosystem. Our nation boasts one of the highest mobile penetration rates in Africa, enabling farmers, traders, and service providers to stay connected even in remote areas. Somalia is also a continental leader in mobile money adoption, with nearly all agricultural transactions ranging from purchasing seeds, paying labor, buying fertilizer, selling produce, to accessing credit conducted through mobile money platforms. This widespread use of digital finance offers unprecedented opportunities to modernize value chains, improve market access, and provide tailored financial services to farmers. Furthermore, expanding internet access allows communities to benefit from real-time information, digital advisory services, and online marketplaces, reinforcing the foundation for digitally empower agricultural sector. Most inspiring of all is the strong interest of Somali youth in innovation and technology. Our young people are actively developing solutions, leveraging digital tools, experimenting with new ideas, and contributing their activity to national development. This strengthens form the foundation of Somalia's readiness to lead in digital agriculture. The ministry has made substantial progress in building the systems needed to support this transformation. In May 2025, we rolled out the National Farmers Registry, marking the first nationwide effort to identify and document Somali farmers, their farms, production systems, and all needs. This initiative is already improving transparency, planning, and targeting of agricultural services. In August 2025, we launched the Somali Digital Agriculture Strategy and Action Plan, a comprehensive roadmap guiding the development of digital services for farmers, digital finance solutions, data platforms, extension tools, mechanization support, and youth-led innovation. This strategy ensures that Somalia's digital transformation is systematic, inclusive, and aligned with the national development priorities. Looking ahead, in January 2026, the ministry will officially launch the Somali Farmers Registration Platform, a centralized digital system that will strengthen farmers' registration, planning, service delivery, and market linkages. Despite our progress, Somalia faces several structural and systematic barriers that limit the full adoption of digital agriculture. Number one, limited rural connectivity, low level of local agri-tech innovation, digital literacy gaps among farmers, infrastructure limitations, fragmented data platforms, weak innovation ecosystem, and policy and regulatory barriers. To address these challenges, Somalia seeks strong collaboration with the World Bank to accelerate digital agriculture development. Priority areas for partnership include expanding rural infrastructure and connectivity, strengthening integrated data platforms, advancing digital public infrastructure for the agriculture sector, and scaling the National Farmers Registry. We also aim to promote women's participation in digital agriculture, establish agri-tech innovation hubs to support youth-led solutions, and develop a comprehensive digital agricultural roadmap to guide the long-term transformation and modernization of Somalia's agricultural sector. With your partnership, we can ensure that Somalia builds a resilient, inclusive, and digitally empowered agricultural system that improves productivity, strengthens markets, and uplifts the livelihoods of our farmers and communities. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mr. Mohammed, for this inspirational and aspirational speech and sharing with us all the advancements that are taking place in Somalia, making it one of the regional champions in embracing digital transformation. And as you rightfully said, we cannot stay with the old ways. We need to move forward, and data and digital and AI are offering those opportunities. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
Let me now pass on to our next speaker for the opening remark. Abdi Hakim Ainte, the floor is yours. Thanks.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Katrine. And thank you so much also for the bank for really bringing us and hosting this important day. I appreciate the bank's digital team led by Pamesh, and also the rest of the team who have been really instrumental in putting and organizing this day. So let me begin by sincerely thanking the rest of the bank for hosting this important day. Today, as the state minister said, is a more than a dialogue. It's an opportunity for Somalia to showcase its remarkable progress, to show our vision for digitally enabled agricultural future, and to deepen the partnership that we will shape our nation's transformation. As you know, Somalia stands at a pivotal moment in its history, making a significant headways and gains in security, in economy, in stability, and rebuilding key institutions and infrastructure that are critical for its development. These advances are laying the foundation for a new era of investment, modernization, and technology-enabled transformation across our agri-food system. Somalia's progress is visible and measurable. Security improvement has opened new corridor for trade and production. Macroeconomic reforms that has culminated in the historic completion of a HIPC process have transformed into a debt-free nation, which means Somalia basically does not have any debt in it's in credit line for the first time in more than 3 decades. This achievement has strengthened the fiscal stability, restored investors' confidence, positioned the country to attract and manage a long-term investment, and more effectively, a more private sector capital. Somalia has also joined the East Africa community, the largest East Africa bloc that brings over 300 million people, that extends almost 9 countries with vast different opportunities. And we are already and deeply integrated into the economic sector of this bloc. Our institutions are rebuilding with a clarity and purpose. We are building key infrastructures that are really paving the way for an incremental but surely a programmatic progress. In parallel, Somalia has experienced an unprecedented digital leap forward. We are a mobile-based economy with over 80% of our financial transactions are largely done through mobile-based. We have a very vibrant ecosystem of a fintech ecosystem, telco that has a data-driven services. We have also a very youthful innovators that are really showcasing Somalia's ability to, turbocharge its development through digital-based systems. The private sector, as the minister also said, is the backbone of our economy. They are the central to this transformation that I have spoke and presented. The World Bank has already have a portfolio of $2 billion across multiple sectors, including agri, digital, energy, health, education, and different portfolios across the country. This demonstrates the bank's commitment to Somalia, but also it also shows a commitment that the world is now looking Somalia different than it has ever before. We also have partners that are also working closely with us on also a whole other host of programs and priorities, namely around agriculture. WFP and FAO stands tall in this particular area of partnership. They are partnering with us on building an early warning systems, climate resilient institutions, and improving our agricultural productivity. These partnerships are showing and demonstrating one thing, that Somalia today is more than a country that is deemed as fragile, but a country that is really promising and showing a remarkable progress. At the heart of this is what is now called the Somalia National Transformational Plan, the country's vehicle for development for the next 5 years. So the National Transformational Plan offers a Somali-led economic growth in close partnership with our private sector, and it has already showing and delivering some tangible results. And this would include, again, partnering with the telco and the agri community and the agri investors. And the government has offered different type of incentives that would include legal incentives as well as some also material incentives for us to invest. So the National Transformational, again, is the blueprint plan for the country's vehicle for development for the next 5 years. Today, and as again, you have alluded, Pamesh and your team, that today demonstrates one thing, that Somalia has a very vibrant economy that is entirely built on a private sector. It has a vibrant diaspora community that are remitting over $2 billion a year. It also has a vast amount of different resources that stretch from it is young demographic that is 30 years old, below the age of 30 years, over 75%. It also have, it's also digitally, deeply intertwined in the East Africa, have one of the fastest economic growing in East Africa. Its connectivity far better than probably than many other East African countries. And it offers a unique opportunity for us to really co-partner and invest with you. So I would, as we turn to our presenters who are going to showcase us the real progress on the landscape and the ecosystem in the country, I just want to emphasize one important point to the colleagues and the participants who are listening, that despite all those challenges, I think what we are today offering and want to share with you with a broader participant is that we are not only a country that is emerging from a protracted humanitarian crisis, but also a country that is leapfrogging into digital connectivity. And we are saying we are offering a partnership that is based on a mutual accountability, a mutual benefit, as well as a mutual and enduring collaborations. So I want to stop here and say thank you for the bank and for the team for hosting this important day, which I think would certainly pave the way for a more open, a more longer conversation as we turn and listen to our excellent panelists and participants from different sectors. And thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Abdi Hakim. I think your remarks, inspirational remarks, they reflect on something that we've been talking for a long time, and now we're living and witnessing in Somalia, and that is how digital transformation can leapfrog not agricultural sector, but the economy in general by, bringing in private sector investments, attracting youth to the sector, and creating jobs and creating this positive loop in the economy and in the sector. So this is wonderful, and I cannot wait to learn more from our presenters. But before that, let me introduce our dear partner, Siddhar Prasad from Google Cloud, who can, Prakash, I'm sorry, who can reflect a little bit on how Google can support the transformation in Somalia. Siddhar, over to you. Thanks.
Thank you, Katrina, and thank you, Parmesh. Thanks to our wonderful colleagues at the World Bank. Really a pleasure to be speaking to all of you. It's been an honor actually to hear about the progress Somalia has made, and I was hearing the comments from the Honorable Minister and the Honorable Director, and it is so resonating to us because over the last 12 to 18 months, we've been looking at what we can do in the agricultural sector, and as a private sector player, how can we really help countries in partnership with organizations like World Bank to really supercharge their digital transformation journey. If many of you must be wondering, what is Google doing in agriculture? But if you take a step back and think about Google's mission, which is organizing the world's information and making it universally accessible and more useful, and try to connect that to agriculture as a sector, you would see there's a big gap. I think most of us in this conversation today, if we are looking for information, we could just go to some website, go to some search engine, search for what we're looking for, and more often than not, we will find what we are looking for. But if you look at farmers, and this is true for a lot of countries in Africa, India, a lot of countries in the emerging markets, they face a large information asymmetry. It's massive. And if you look at what they're looking for, there are certain, I think, key use cases that each farmer across any of these countries is looking for. Every farmer obviously wants access to credit. They really want a formal way of getting access to credit so that, as they progress in their agriculture life cycle during the year, pre-harvest, post-harvest, there is a supply of funds, especially when they need it. They also look for market linkage. There is obviously a huge appetite for farmers to be able to sell their crops at a fair price, maybe at a market nearby. they are looking for advisory, because I think which each year, and we all know how climate change is affecting our planet, they would want to know what basically are the best practices or what they should do from a farming perspective, very specific to the farm that they are at. It is not really helpful if you give them advisory which is at a very high province level or a city level, but rather if you could make it very focused at a level of where they are located, that's going to be really, really useful. Now, why I think this is a transformational moment for all of us across the globe is because I think agriculture as a sector, and again, thanks to the massive leadership Parmation team and World Bank in general has taken in towards helping the world really transform digitally, we see a lot of transformation that has already happened in agriculture. So across countries that we work in, and I was hearing the Honorable Minister's remarks in terms of how Somalia has leapfrogged on digital payments, the registry aspect of things, and how you are actually talking about digital marketplaces, data-driven agriculture. I think all of this put together is essentially the way forward for any country to be able to help their farmers do better. But again, if you reflect on challenges that farmer faces, even today, I'm sure in Somalia as well, though I've not been to the country, but I'm sure hearing the remarks from the other speakers, there's a very thriving ecosystem. There's a lot of startups who are trying to solve for farmers, making use of the data that's available. But as a farmer, we believe that the biggest challenge is that there could be a lot of startups, but one, it is very difficult for startups to reach farmers because getting to them and acquiring a farmer to be able to help them is very, very difficult for various reasons. Discovery, for farmers to be able to be aware of what's coming their way and so on, and for farmers to be able to reverse the problem, which is if there are 4 or 5 things they're looking for today, there are probably 4 or 5 different applications, different surfaces that they would have to go and be able to access those services. Now compound that with the problem of digital literacy, right? Farmers obviously also lack trust in technology in general. I mean, obviously, a lot of farmers are now very technology savvy, but they would really prefer, speaking to technology in the language of their choice, be more comfortable what they're doing, be in a safe environment where there's a digital payment that's happening, and that's true for all of us, not just farmers, right? I mean, we want to be safe so that the money that we transfer or we receive is basically ours and so on. At Google, we have been at this mission of trying to bring all of this together for a farmer to make sure that there is a single interface that they access, and they access this through applications that they already use. So if they use a government application for payments, is there a way for a farmer to really talk to that application, much like they would talk to a human in the language of their choice, and be able to discover all the services available to them in their vicinity through various private sector startups? We call this as a digital public infrastructure approach. And the reason we say this is because if you think about the physical world, governments really help build highways. They help build physical highways that people can use to drive from point A to point B. But in the digital world, if on point A, it's a startup ecosystem, and on point B is farmers, like I said, the challenge is still the connectivity, which is how do the startup solutions really reach the farmers. So at Google, we have been on this mission to really help governments build these highways and be able to bring together the ecosystem of startups, private sector, AI, all of that together, so that it becomes a very, very seamless way for farmers to access what they're looking for. And like Parmesh mentioned in his opening remarks, we are really, really grateful to the World Bank for having partnered with us on this journey, because we believe with all the knowledge and the expertise the bank brings, especially in the sector like agriculture across Africa and a lot of other countries, we can really, really work together to really seek guidance from what bank has been able to achieve and be able to deliver on the mission that we are upon right now. Still early days. We've been doing pilots across a bunch of countries, specifically in India, and now we are starting off in a few countries in Africa. And I look forward to see how we can really, really be of any use, any value to the large farmer population in Somalia as well. With that, thank you very much, and I will pass it back to the host. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much, Siddharth. I agree with you. This is a transformational moment for all of us. I worked in Somalia tangentially before, and it's always so difficult to reach the farmers on the ground. And now with the technology and the right investment, we can do so. And even bypass one of those challenges that were mentioned by Honorable Mr. Mahabad of limited digital literacy on the ground. by reaching farmers in their own language. So very exciting times, and I do think Somalia is one of those champions that you're looking for advancing the partnership. With this, let us move on to the presentations from our technical experts. Before I introduce the first speaker, I would like to remind the participants to please post your questions in the chat. Our speakers can answer those during the presentation, and then we'll address whatever is left during the Q&A. So please do that. With this, let me invite Diri Abdi Mohammed, who is the Director of the Department of Agricultural Technology and Innovation at the Ministry of Agriculture and Irrigation. He plays a key role in advancing countries' digital transformation, some of which we already heard about, but we're eager to deep dive and learn more. Diri, the floor is yours. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yes, we can see your presentation. Thanks.
Hear me now?
Oh, yes, we can hear you.
I thank you, Sunil, and the colleague from the bank. And also, I wanted to thank all the audience who attended for this valuable workshop on Somali Day or Somali Spotlight. I think that everyone see my presentation, huh?
Yes, we can see your presentation. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I have a 10 minutes and I will try to conclude the general concept of my presentation. As already mentioned, that Somali's agriculture potential or the livelihood of our country depend on the agriculture activity, the crop production and the livestock. Somalia have 8,900,000 hectares. Also, 80% of the employee, they get the income livelihood from the agriculture sector. That's why we have a lot of strategies and policies that are focusing on the development and improvement of the agriculture sector. Somalia now is leading for the livestock importation in the world, especially the cows, the sheep, the goats, and the camel. So also we have a great opportunity on the market and the blue economy that the country have. So the country context in the digital transformation strategy, this strategy was developed by the Minister of Communication and Technology and mentioned on the digital government and trust of the country. It's a 0.14. The e-government service of the country is very low, but Somalia have cybersecurity connectivity access. Also, we are leading for the mobile money payments and digital payment services that already the state minister mentioned. The projects which have components of digital agriculture in Somalia are the FSRB World Bank project. The World Bank project is led by the Minister of Agriculture and Irrigation, and our partner is the World Bank. This project is ongoing, and there are more components who are focusing on the digital agriculture, for example, farm registry, DACA's digital climate services, and so on. The Rural Livelihood Resilience Program, RLRP, is a IFAD project. There is a component of digital agriculture. Emergency system is a project that the African Development Bank supported. The Minister of Agriculture and AFO is partnership. This project is ongoing, and as soon as possible to 2026 April will become end. The country project is completed. The Minister of Agriculture is led by this project, and the donor is the EU. This project is completed, and there are components of agriculture information management system. That's one of the components of digitalization in that project. Also, the separate project is a project led by the Minister of Agriculture and Irrigation, and our partner is FO and FDB, African Development Bank. This project is completed, and there are components of digitalization, especially farm registries and the Somali Farmers Registration Platform established in this project. The FSRB project, World Bank project, With the support of the FSRB, a World Bank project, the ministry organized a digital agriculture landscape workshop in July 2025. Also, Somali agriculture digital assessment is currently ongoing with the support of the FSRB. Also, the Minister of Agriculture and Irrigation is developing irrigation information management system that the ministry need to collect the data of the water and irrigation access of the Somali farmers, the data from the climate, the data from the meteorology, data from the river water. This system, irrigation information management system, is supported by the FSRB World Bank project. Also, the FSRB project will initiate as soon as possible, and the ministry will start to register for 1 million farmers, livestock, herds, and also farmers of engaging crop production. The national digital transformation goals, the country have a national digital transformation goals, and the goals also have a strategic output that already the country established. For example, the national digital ID, Somalia already started to register the citizens for the national digital ID. The national digital ID system is established, and also DBI, already some of the ministries, they are established for somehow systems and data platforms that ministries and governmental organizations are running out today. And the Minister of Agriculture is part of the ministries that already established some DBI systems. For example, the software system, irrigation information management that are currently under developing, extension system, and also seed information management system. The NTP is our National Transformation Plan. The economy, social transformation, there is a pillar on focusing on digital transformation, e-government services, and so on. So even our NTP, our National Transformation Plan, are focusing on the digital transformation of the country. Somalia have a digital transformation strategy 2025-2030. This digital transformation strategy is called DTS. Is developed by the Minister of Communication and Technology. DTS have 10 pillars, and agriculture is the number 4, the digital economy. So the agriculture, the industries, the livestock sector are part of the digital economy that DTS, Digital Transformation Strategy, mentioned in that strategy document. Also, the Minister of Agriculture and Irrigation of the federal government of Somalia had launched the Digital Agriculture Strategy 2025-2029. This strategy, as already our State Minister mentioned, we launched this strategy in August 2025 with the support of FSRB project, and this strategy is ministry developed with the support of FAO, technical support with the FAO, and financial support with the African Development Bank. The pillars of the strategy, I can mention it now, are focusing on the digital infrastructure and data systems, digital services, innovation ecosystem, capacity development, and inclusion. So this strategy, as soon as possible, the ministry is doing a lot of effort on how to implement this strategy through whole of the country. These are the photo of the launching ceremony of the Somali Digital Agriculture Strategy. The federal government of Somalia, the private sector, the cooperatives, the farmers, our development partners, and the federal member states are already gathered in Mogadishu, and all of the people, you know, they are smiling, they are very happy, and Somalia become one of the countries who are launched for the digital agriculture strategy. Okay. The digital agriculture platform is in use in Somalia. There are a lot of platforms that the country currently use in our country. For example, it's a MDALAC Sadal Ewoni system. The ministry have MOE Fidia. Fidia is a Somali language. In English, it's an extension. FO has some systems. Also, the Minister of Agriculture have a call center 507. This call center is Farmer Center. Sometimes we use to get the feedback of the farmers regarding to seed distribution or input distribution. Also, this call center, the ministry help and support the farmers for somehow advisory services. Also, the ministry have National Agriculture Information Management System. FO have farmer register and IFOG services, And TAP is an online application market that the private sector of the country have. But the challenge is some of the platforms currently, some of the platforms are currently running out because depending of the projects of the country, that already some of the projects are ended, some of the projects will end as soon as possible. So one of the main challenges that the digital agriculture sector of the country is facing is a lack of the somehow sustainability. And I hope that the bank will support us. The family registry in Somalia, the digital family registry now is a
Nigeria, sorry to interrupt. You have 1 minute. Thanks.
I have only 1 minute?
Yes, you can take 2.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. We launched for farmer registry in 6 district agricultural districts in the country, and we registered for 47,000. This is a pilot initiative that the Minister of Agriculture, FO, and African Development Bank already started. The outcome is here. We registered 63% of the registered farmers are female, 37% are male, 56.52 the farmers we registered are receiving the information through radio. 70% of the farmers are not receiving any extension services, and I hope digital extension services will support. Also, the farmers 89% they use motorized services. They don't use any solar energy and so on, other technologies of irrigation. Okay, the country have the policies which are supporting of the digital transformation. Number 1 is a digital transformation plan, ICT digital inclusion policy, national digital agriculture strategy, national ICT policy, national cybersecurity policy, national digital transformation strategy. So regarding to the policies and strategies, regulatory framework, the country have a lot of policies and strategies which have long-term vision of the digital transformation in the country. The national ID is here, and 15 million citizens will register and will get for the national digital ID until 2029. Here is the achievements of the private sector. The private sector have many achievements regarding to digitalization of the country. The digital payment, we have many applications of digital payment services, Wavy, Premier Wallet, mobile money trade, all agriculture trade, e-commerce. So all our bank, all our telecommunication companies, all the money transaction in the country are through the digital payment and mobile money. So the achievements of the Minister of Agriculture, the Minister of Agriculture have the following systems. Most of them are underdeveloping currently because the digitalization or digital agriculture in Somalia are starting now. So here all the platforms are new. The AMIS Agriculture Information Management System, the Somali Farmers Digitalization Platform under developing. So the ministry also is using for geospatial technologies. Irrigation Information Management System through FSRB project is under developing. So the challenges we are facing in our country in the digital agriculture sector are 5 main challenges. Number 1 is a connectivity infrastructure, finance and investment, human capacity and digital skills, policy and coordination, inclusion of women and youth. Here is the last slide, is the priority areas that the World Bank support in the Somalis digital agriculture journey at 8 priority areas that we wanted to collaborate with the World Bank. Number 1 is a rural connectivity and infrastructure. The internet access of the rural in some areas are very low, and the infrastructure also is very low. Availability of tablets, availability of mobile phones, and so on.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt. Just so we can leave this slide on as we transition to the next speaker.
This is the last one.
But yeah, can see the priority areas.
Yeah, the priority areas. Yeah, also the digital farm registry, DBI, digital public infrastructure for agriculture, because some of the systems that already we have, some of the projects are ended and currently are not run out. So DBI is very important. For example, the systems that we need. Number 5 is a capacity development and training. Number 6 is establishment of agri-tech innovation hubs. Some of the youth of our country are very interested to somehow incubate their ideas on the solution of the digital agriculture of the country. Number 7, promotion of women's participation in digital agriculture. The women and the youth participation in digital agriculture of the country is very low. So promotion is very important, and we hope that the World Bank have a lot of experience in these areas. The last one is the development and implementation of the digital agriculture roadmap. Digital agriculture roadmap, that is very important. Our neighbor Ethiopia already they developed for that digital agriculture roadmap with the support from the World Bank, and I hope that the World Bank are ready to support us in these areas of the priority that the country will support for the digital agriculture journey. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Truly appreciate this insight into what's going on in the country. I will move on. So we will have time for Q&A at the end. Please leave your questions in the chat. Since we're a little bit over time, I will move on to our next speaker, Abdul Halim Harsi Farah, who is the CEO of the Target Agro Development, a leading agricultural technology company in Somalia, who will offer us a private sector view on the developments in the country. Just a brief reminder, it's a 10-minute intervention. Abdul Halim, over to you. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Madan. Ladies and gentlemen, since I have little time, I will manage my time to be quick. Today, I will show you why Somalia is turning point and what we have as a target. Let me share first my presentation.
We see it on the screen, just confirm.
Thank you very much. I will try to be quick since I don't know.
Hello, we cannot hear you. Looks like you're muted. For some reason, we could hear you and now we cannot hear you. No, we cannot hear you. Yeah, can you put in the chat? Could you say something just to see if we hear you or?
Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, we can hear you right now. So it looks like it's the issue.
Let me share the presentation.
Do you have presentation to share from our side?
What about right now?
Yes, we can hear you now. All good. Go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, so I will try to be quick. I wanted to present.
And we cannot hear you again. Are you by any chance connected to additional screens? Sometimes that happens. No? No, we cannot hear you. You know what I suggest, since we are short on time, I suggest we move to the next speaker. And in the meantime, Sunil will upload presentation from our side so you can present and we'll switch the slides, if that's okay on your side.
But when I share my screen, you don't hear me.
Yes, exactly. So that's why Sunil he'll pull out the presentation, but because we're a little short on time, I would invite Anissa Dirye to come in, and then we'll switch the order a little bit while we're fixing this technical glitch. So with that, Anissa Dirye, she's head of programs at iRise Hub in Somalia. Anissa, over to you. Thanks.
Hello, everyone. Thank you to the wonderful team over at WB and for organizing this webinar and giving us a platform where we can discuss the future of agriculture in Somalia. My name is Anissa Dirye. I am representing iRise Hub, Somalia's first and leading innovation and technology center. So let me share my screen.
Yes, we can see it.
Great. You guys can hear me?
We can hear you. We can see it.
Great. About iRise, it's the first innovation and entrepreneurship hub in Somalia. It's focused on empowering youth and women through technology, business, and digital skills. We support early startups, agriculture innovators, and digital service providers. We are dedicated to building a stronger digital ecosystem in Somalia. Our impact summary includes over 50,000 youths through programs and trainings, supported and incubated 320 startups across multilateral sectors, managed over 10 million in youth and innovation funds, We dispersed 640,000 in startup grants. We released 73,000 in mini grants under specific programs. We have reached over 8,000 participants via Mogadishu Tech Summit. We co-managed 3 TVET centers across Somalia. We also work with partners including the UNFPA, CARE, UNIDO, Save the Children, UNICEF, USAID, DANIDA, and the federal government of Somalia. Somalia's digital agricultural landscape employs 70% of Somalia's population, limited access to advisory services and climate information, low digital literacy among smallholder farmers, and growing opportunities for digital agri-tech solutions. The key challenges for farmers include climate shocks, droughts, and floods, lack of real-time advisory and market information, poor access to financial services, limited exposure to modern technologies, weak linkages between the buyers and the agribusinesses. IRISE supports support to innovators include incubation and acceleration support, business coaching and mentorship, digital skills and product development trainings, networking with government, private sectors, and donors, co-working and testing environments for innovators. Examples of digital innovations include precision agriculture tools, digital advisory platforms using AI, mobile-based traceability systems, digital payments, and financial access tools for farmers. Scaling digital solutions include partnerships with ministries and developmental agencies, strengthening digital literacy for farmers, supporting innovators to reach rural areas, and also co-creating solutions with farmers and agribusinesses. The opportunities for collaboration include joint innovation programs, technical assistance and research, pilots with smallholder farmers, and expanding agri-tech across Somalia. The way forward will be strengthening innovation pipelines, enhancing farmer-focused tech solutions, building stronger public-private partnerships, and to scale the agri-tech solutions nationally. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Truly appreciate your presentation. Thank you for staying on time also. One thing, we will load presentation from our side for Abdul Halim. There are questions for the speakers in the chat. So if you don't mind, go ahead and address those as you can while others speak. This will save us a little bit of time at the end and offer the response to those who have those specific questions. There are some very interesting ones that are coming up. So, Abdul Halim, we now have your presentation on. Just tell us when you would like us to transition from one slide to another, if that's okay with you. Other than that, please go ahead. Hello? We cannot hear you. Oh, he left. Okay. So shall we go ahead then to the last speaker, since we're changing order anyways? We might as well move to Ahmed Osman Ali, if that's okay with you. President and co-founder of AI Somalia Community. Super excited to hear about the AI efforts in Somalia. Over to you, Ahmed.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
All of you. I will not waste more time. I'll just go through my presentation. Can you please confirm that you can see my presentation?
They're coming up. Yes, we do.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Ahmed. I'm part of different institutions, as you can see from my slide. But I will more focus on a new initiative and a startup called the TAP AI. TAP is a Somali word, which means farming, and AI is artificial intelligence. So our platform and our startup and our idea is based on farming using artificial intelligence with the Somali language. Also, as you mentioned it, I'm the president and the co-founder of AI Somali Community, the first AI community in the country. Also, I'm part of Zamzam University of Science and Technology, which is an agricultural and technology university. And at the last year, I'm the director of Somalia National AI Center, which is a new center that was established by the Ministry of Communication and Technology and the National Communication Authority. Generally, anyone who is interested in TAP AI can go this domain and can check from there. But I will just point out some main points. First, TAP AI is a Somali platform, and it is for the farmers in the country. It supports smart farming. It gives climate adaptation. Also, it based on the local expertise, and also it gives the users real-time assistance. Generally, TAP AI is a chatbot, but currently it's being used as a chatbot, but it's wider than more chatbot. It's like a system that the farmers can use to manage their farmers. It's about this localized data approach, smart recommendation, is early awareness system, is and farming guidance, and all are based on the Somali language. As most of us know, in Somalia we use Somali language, and those who are farming, great percentage of them, they don't know the English language or another language. So we have developed this chatbot or this system to support those who don't know how to use or how other languages. So the idea is simple. The farmers, they log in the system or the mobile app, and automatically they can use their language either by text, either or by voice. So the system gives recommendations, it gives real-time agricultural advice using Somali language. It gives early warning systems. The system also is using data from satellite, data from other open sources. So we are giving also personalized farming guidance. The system is data-driven decisions. It is for the local agricultural support. We have collected money data and money information from the local experts that are based in Somalia, and the system or the language is Somali. And also we have invited farmers from many regions in the country. Those who farm, mostly they are based on different regions, and in each and every region there is some accents, there are some terminology differences, there are accent differences. So our system is using all this data. It gives real-time weather warning, seasonal forecasting, personalized farm alerts, and also risk mitigation advices. This is the dashboard from TAP AI. As you can see, it gives, for example, a crop healthy, which is, for example, this maize, the healthy, the moisture, the nutrients, and everything, and so on. And also, the farmers can use our system or our platform as a way to manage their farm, is a way to get advice. For example, it's like an expert in your pocket, simply. The idea is like an expert in your pocket, and you can use your own language. This is the chat section. As you can see here, there are different voice chats. Even most of the farmers in the rural areas, they don't know even how to write the Somali language. So instead of you just come here and ask the farmer to write something, instead of anyone can speak Somali language. So instead of they ask it or they write something, automatically it gives, for example, you can just ask by your voice and you receive the response in the Somali language as a voice. For example, here someone wrote what is the best method is, for example, to deal with maize, for example, and here it's the response as a text. The response is here. So anyone who knows the local language can come here and can ask the question, and it's expert. You don't need to call someone. You don't need to deal. Even if you see something that is you are not familiar with it, you just take picture and you just upload in the system, and the system gives you a clear direction about what the problem or what the issue is. In the past, there was lack of real-time advice. There was a climate change impact, and also there was limited Somali language resources. Here, when we did this, the data set we did by our own, we have collected thousands of questions and answers in Somali language. We have trained the model, and the model now is working, and anyone can test it. So let me go directly, not waste more time. Here is our our list model, and it was, I think it was in August, we have more updated one. This is how we train. For example, this is the question and this is the answer. That was when it was in the row. I mean, when it was in the row. But after the training, the system is using automatically. So this is our models. We have, as you can see, we have trained a lot of models. And by the way, those who are well in the technology section, we didn't start from scratch. We have fine-tuned other models, existing models. In the future, now we are in Somalia, and it's working probably in the Somali language, also in the accent, in the local accents, and some different, and also the system considers difference in the terminology section. Also, some regions they use different technology in one way. So in the future, we are planning to expand our surface, providing the advice in Somali, Swahili, and English for East African farmers. We are planning to expand our surface to Kenya, Ethiopia, Uganda, and Tanzania, and so many. And that is from my side. I don't want to waste more time. It's a prayer time here in Mogadishu, so I will give the follow-up to the others. If you need any question, any clarification, anything to need to ask you can contact me. Thank you, the area, for inviting me this webinar. Thank you for World Bank and the other team for organizing this important webinar. And also, I wanted to mention that TAP AI was a grant, was developed using grant from Google. So I think that startup based in Somalia, which received support from Google. So I wanted to thank also I don't remember the name, but the one from Google Cloud. Thank you everyone, and that is from my side. So I stop here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's a very interesting presentation, and we are working on some AI products ourselves, so know what it takes to develop a quality chatbot. So that's wonderful to see what you have on the ground. Super inspiring. Thanks. And now we're going to Abdul Halim Harsi Farah, to you. Sorry, we skipped a little bit. So we'll open presentation on our side, and then you can just tell us when to click the slides, if that's okay. So hopefully this will avoid any issues we have with the voice and the visual. We cannot hear you now. No. No. No, cannot hear. Oh, no, there's some. Can you say something?
Hello. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Can you please? We'll now share the presentation. Just a second.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead. Okay, you see the slides? Abdul Halim, can you we cannot hear you again.
There is some connection disconnected.
It might be the connectivity
It's
issue.
connectivity issue, yeah.
Let's give it another minute just to see if we can get the connection back. Now we can hear you.
Can you hear me right now? Okay, let me start.
Go ahead. Mhm.
Thank you very much. I think it is a problem with connection. I can start. Can I start right now? So I wanted to go with to.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe they lose connection. Okay, bye.
Yeah, we cannot hear you again. I guess our backup could be sharing the presentation with all the participants. Unless one of your colleagues is in position to present some of the slides, we can do that.
Can you hear me right now? What about now?
We can hear you now. Yes, let's try again.
Okay, thank you. I think I solved it. So we in Somalia we face droughts, water scarcity, and a productivity gap. So on other hand, yet Somalia has a mobile forestry, as Diri mentioned, mobile forestry population, and also advancing fintech. So this combination gives us.
We'll have to. We cannot hear you again, unfortunately. So, so I suggest again, are any of your colleagues in position to present? Let me give them the floor. And if not, then I do suggest we share the presentation with all the participants. It's very unfortunate that this is going on. This and the technical glitches on our side remind us that digital transformation is not straightforward.
What?
And we
Hello.
must be flexible.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
What? Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, we can hear you right now. Can you hear us?
Yes.
So let's give it one more try, and then if not, we'll just then share the
I will try it. Okay, let's go. Can you go to the second slide? Let's go quick. Yeah. So we.
No, unfortunately, it's not working. So I suggest we open up for Q&A, and then there might be some of the questions there, and then Abdul Halim, you can come in and then bring in some of the remarks from your side, because it's just great pity that we cannot hear about the private sector perspective on this. So let me know if anybody would like to come in with the questions. Let me then, from my side, we'll kick in with a more general question, and then we'll deep dive into some more specific ones that we got from the audience. And the question is, and it goes to all the speakers. If you had to pick one priority for the investment in the digital agriculture transformation, what do you think that would be? Okay. So I don't know if somebody would like to go first, or if I should call in on someone. We can go in the order of the presenters. Abdul Hakim, would you like to come in?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Let me give a shot for that. I think I solved it right now. This technical issue on my side.
Okay. Shall we do the presentation? Well, yeah, we're also out of time.
Okay.
Here you go. Mm-hmm.
So,
no, it's not. The moment you start talking, it breaks. So something is just not working. So shall we go instead to the question on the priorities for the investments? Abdi Hakim, would you like to take it?
Yes, sure. I can take it. And thank you so much. And I'm very sorry, Abdi Halim, for your technical glitch. We feel for you and hope your presentation will be available for anyone interested in. So I think if you had to pick one investable priority in Somalia, I think the whole landscape is bankable and investable. The most important part is there is a digital leap in Somalia, primarily around data and AI, as our colleague earlier on has shown. I think there is a greater emphasis around data storage, data connectivity. So I mean, there's quite a number of areas for which investment can be attracted, but it's not like you've got to pick one priority and the rest will follow. These are very interconnected priorities that one has to really consider into. But I would like to step back for a second and give a bit of a broader context and perhaps try to see if I can recap some of the key highlights that our colleagues will talk about. I think the presentation by the colleagues have, number one, shown that the speed and the reach of connectivity in Somalia is remarkably encouraging. That's number one. Number two, we have heard from presenters that, you know, Somalia's big potential is emanating from its youth policy. 75% of its population is below the age of 30 years old. So that is also a demonstration and also a particular area that one has to really consider. Thirdly, it's about the institutions with which can provide the broader institutional incentives and legal incentives. And as I said earlier on, the government has pretty much put in place all the mechanisms around investment frameworks, regulatory frameworks, and policy and legal instruments that investors should be feeling confident with regard to their investment. So I would summarize that, you know, there are no particular priority, but if you had to ask me where do you want to put your money into it, I think there are a lot of talk and emphasis around AI and digital, and Somalia has a very strong and vibrant digital infrastructure on the ground.
Thank you very much, Abdi Hakim. Any other takers? Ahmed, would you like to come in if you're still with us? I think you mentioned that he might be stepping out. Diri, would you like to come in on your reflections about the priorities for the investments? Anissa.
Thank you very much, and Abdi Hakim, for the insightful topic. But I just wanted to just reiterate what he said. I think the top investment should be in technical skills, capacity building when it comes to digital and financial literacy, especially in the climate areas, and also giving a hand to the market-driven innovations, and especially empowering the youth that are trying to scale the digital literacy sectors. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anissa. Ahmed, I saw your face for a second. Would you like to come in?
Yeah, thank you very much. Can you just please remind me about the topic?
The question is, if you had to pick one investment priority for advancing digital transformation in the country, what would that be for you? And I guess it would be around AI.
I can summarize in some areas, like first, the capacity building. In Somalia, the first need, which I believe is capacity building. Secondly is infrastructure. We have very limited infrastructure in terms of technology. I'm more focusing on the technology. So in terms of the technology, we have very, very limited infrastructure. So the second point can be infrastructure. And the third area, I think it should be supporting the local initiatives. I think that, I don't know, it's the right way to say it, but supporting the local initiatives. That is the three areas that I think the investment.
Thank you very much, Ahmed. Thank you. Abdul Khalid, would you like to come in?
Yeah, I can try right now, yeah.
Okay.
Can you share?
So I don't think we have,
try to share it.
we have time for
Just a minute.
presentation because
Can you hear me right now? Hello?
we can see it. Sorry.
Hello?
Yeah, we cannot, unfortunately, we don't have time for the presentation because we need to leave the room in 5 minutes. So that's very much unfortunate. We'll just share the presentation. But maybe you can reflect from your standpoint what you think the investment priorities are for digital transformation.
Okay, let's me, yes, I can reflect it. As you mentioned that a lot of challenges or obstacles that facing Somali agriculture, digital agriculture, but there is I think opportunity.
No, we cannot hear you again. It keeps, yes, you start. Almost as there's AI agent who recognizes your voice and just shuts down the system, it seems to me. While we're waiting for the Diri, would you like to come in?
Yeah, thank you, Katrina and Sunil, for facilitating for this meeting. So I wanted to reflect to two priority areas that I hope if we can invest and financing will change for the digital agriculture situation in the country. Number one is investment of the area of that platform is NDBI, Digital Public Infrastructure. So the country, especially the Minister of Agriculture and other colleagues of the ministries, for example, the Minister of Livestock, are facing on limited data availability. For example, the data from the crop production, the data from the market, the data of irrigation, the data of somehow farmers database like that. So investment of a data platform is can also support the ministries and overall the government can take action and help the decision makers to get more information about the sector and rural areas. Number two is the infrastructure. In rural areas, they are limited for the availability of the infrastructures for the DBI. For example, availability of smartphones, availability of laptops, availability of tablets like that. So most of the farmers now in rural areas, they are using for somehow small phones only by voice, not how they are not able to watch for any videos. For example, if our side the ministry, if we wanted to send it for a video for advisory, it's not possible to get more information about that videos. So investment area of the infrastructure, for example, availability of a smartphone, availability of a DBI infrastructure, I think that's number two, the areas that we wanted to invest. Also, Anissa, she mentioned for the capacity building. That's true. The digital literacy and digital skills is one of the main challenges that the farmers are facing currently in the country. So a lot of investment, a lot of on the capacity building training programs and organizing for awareness on the importance of digitalization. I think that the top three priority areas that we can invest. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Diri. This succinctly sort of yes, wraps up. We have a hard stop in 3 minutes. With that, let me pass on for the closing remarks to Parmesh. You have 2 minutes, Parmesh. You can probably.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you can speak.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
No, just
Hi, thanks a lot for all the minister and all the key decision makers from both public and private sector, the startup ecosystem from Somalia to join today. We are very excited by Somalia because you have achieved mobile penetration of 90%, which many countries in Africa have not achieved, and which is, so Somalia is literally leapfrogging, having all digital payments in the government being made by on digital platform. You also have invested in a farmer registry, digital farmer registry. So you have many things going on. So from our side, I will just promise that we will follow up with you and we will develop a joint kind of program with Somalia and our regional Africa team. And I personally feel that 2 billion of money coming from diaspora gives us a very big opportunity to create a diaspora bond on digital agriculture. And I think we will have to do something unconventional so that you are not dependent only on our resources, but use your own diaspora resources in a very effective way. And the second thing is we will develop a kind of a roadmap with you, which you have also alluded to, a kind of a roadmap for next 3 years, and then an investment in I would call it an tech incubator, particularly focused on youth and farmers. And finally, we'll develop something on AI. As you mentioned, Somali AI, Somali diaspora is very well versed in AI, and we should try to utilize that opportunity to develop something concrete there. So many thanks for all of you to join today. I would like to follow up this conversation sometime next week with all the key people in this webinar today. Thank you very much. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, everyone. Thank you. Sorry.
No problem. Sounds like a very interesting.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
It's just that
Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.
Somalia is really, so we have to.